I started this channel on August 4th of 2020. Since then, the TommyCBricks channel has accumulated 1.6 million views and has a subscriber count of 21,000 people. The channel has grown so incredibly quickly, and I know I'm not one for milestone videos, but 20,000 is a fairly significant number for me, and I wanted to make a video just thanking you and also explaining a little bit about my journey on this platform. 20,000 is a very significant number for me. I always considered myself as 20,000 as being a relatively big channel. I've helped friends get to this point in the past, but I've never really been able to do this for myself. I don't know, maybe the drive wasn't there at the time. My knowledge of the platform was just not as good as it was now, but I've always wanted to find success. And now that we've hit 20,000, I almost feel like I've made it for myself. It's strange taking a channel from 0 to 20,000 people, just interested in watching your own content, and people don't really realize how big 20,000 is as a number. I understand that I talk to a lot of you on Discord or Instagram, and obviously I've made a lot of friends during this entire process, but even then, just showing 1,000 people my content and them liking and enjoying it meant I was on the right track, and now we're at 20,000. Just to put into perspective, this is what it looks like. It's ridiculous the amount of people that I just never even talk to, but they still stop by and they subscribe. And for those people, I thank you. And the channel grows at such an exponential rate that we're already on 21,000 in a week. So I wanted to make sure we got a video out to you guys for 20,000 before we go ahead and hit 22. Now, without going full draw my life on this video, I'm only going to talk about my YouTube life specifically. And to do that, we actually need to go from 2021 all the way back to 2013. Here is when I truly got my first taste into the concept of animation and working out that I wanted to do some form of media-based thing for my job. All throughout college, I learned about editing softwares and mainly focused on animation, learning how to draw people, and really focused on things like composition and anatomy, which meant a lot of the starting process ended up being a lot on paper and then just slowly adding in digital animation in there to try and make my pictures move. I learned about good timing, I learned about composition, I learned about squash and stretch. I learned all of these things during this class, and I came up with this for my final project. And this was the first iteration of what you would call a Tommy C based character. And although he didn't necessarily have a YouTube channel where I used him as the feature, I knew this was the look that I wanted to go for going forward. And although the character has changed a lot over the last couple of years, I can still see the roots of that original drawing and even things like my sig fig today. Moving on to one of my first YouTube ventures, I started vlogging midway through college to just sort of have a log on my life. And although these videos aren't on YouTube anymore, so you can't go back and watch them, vlogging was something I really enjoyed doing and something I'd love to get back into in the future. Another thing at the same time as this is I actually ran a gaming channel with my friend, and I actually did all the artwork for that channel, and thus both the gaming channel and my vlog channel all had the same artwork. And this was truly the first time I used a Tommy C alter ego in one of my videos. I started to step away from the camera and I started to use my drawing to represent myself. And this went on for a while, but unfortunately life has its way of doing things, and we unfortunately split that channel off. And I jumped heavily back into learning how to do more things. I started moving into things like CGI and 3D design, and gave YouTube another break for a long time, mainly helping out some of my other friends and just projects that they had going on at the time to practice my skills. One of those skills that I wanted to practice was actually voice acting, so I voice acted some of my friends' characters in some of their videos.
Attention. All systems online.
Enemy ship fire detected. Hull integrity 88%. Shields activated. Fire detected in lower levels.
Can you put it out?
Eventually doing that after a while, it motivated me to get back into doing YouTube. But at this point, YouTube was really cracking down on me. I had tried for years at this point, and it just felt like I wasn't going anywhere. So I figured if this one doesn't work, then, well, I wasn't going to try again. So I thought with this channel, I'm going to do what I didn't do before. I'm going to put an unbelievable amount of time and effort into these videos and truly try and make them the best that they can be. I'm really going to try and center on a niche audience and really try to make Tommy C a name in the YouTube algorithm. And thus, Iwatai was born. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say TommyCBricks, didn't you? Iwatai was one of my true passion projects. It was basically a channel that is actually very similar to the TommyCBricks channel, except focusing on Lego. It focused more about movies and film, something that a lot of people over on my Discord, when I shared a lot of this stuff, that I should definitely get back into, and I would love to, but it's just time. Iowati was my channel before TommyCBricks, and each week I would be spending 30 to 40 hours on just one video. Each video had a full animated intro, each video had really good points, but still, nothing was getting views. And although I would love to say that I do it for fun, and there's a large majority of it that is just making content to have fun, unfortunately, YouTube is one of those places where if you don't start to see a result, you do lose motivation, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have felt that before as well. I'm a strong believer in making things that you're passionate about, but also making things that people want to watch. And although I was making something that I was truly passionate about, I wasn't necessarily making things that people wanted to watch on the platform. Iowati, as fun as it was to make and as fun as it was to actually get involved into a project each week, it was taking a toll on my mental state. So eventually Iowati episodes came out a week and a half, and then 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks, and then my YouTube journey was over, and I didn't want to give it another go. But then something strange happened. One of my friends came over after work and we were just chilling in my flat, and he noticed I had a few Lego sets displayed in my display case. Nothing massively special, just things like the BB-8 and the Mystery Machine that I had just kept as a casual collector. All of my friends at work knew that I collected Lego, and although some people just used to make fun of it, at the same time when they came over and saw it, they most of the time said it was pretty cool. My friend seeing this asked if I had had any more Lego, and I brought out a big box full of just spare Lego that I had at the time. I had recently just gone to Harry Potter Studios over in London and bought the Hogwarts Express. And as we were looking through my Lego collection of non-built and pre-built sets, stumbled upon the Hogwarts Express, and I was explaining that I didn't think it was all that accurate and I wanted to make my own. We discussed back and forth that would be a really cool idea, and I started work on it, really igniting my passion for Lego again. Once I finished my model, I was like, I should share this with the internet. So I went to YouTube and I started a brand new channel, something stupidly generic I can just show off my Lego sets on. Not really trying to be successful at all, just something I can upload my projects that I make on. Unknowing that there was an entire mop community out there, I released my first 2 videos. One was a review of a Harry Potter set, and one was my Hogwarts Express. The video blew up, and it took some time, but it made me eligible for monetization on YouTube, something I'd never really had before, so I had a decision to make. Do I really try and give YouTube another go? Well, let's just say, I'm glad I did. Fun fact, we actually had a 10k video planned, and that was actually one of the things that we wanted to do to release merch. We even got a 10k hoodie printed and was ready to ship out, but by the time we actually had it printed and ready to go up on the website, we had already hit 13k because that's just how quickly this channel is growing, meaning that there was no real point releasing this 10k merch. I'm fairly glad we didn't because this 20k design means so much more to me than that 10k design. The 10k one felt very generic, whereas this 20k one actually really does encapsulate the amount of time and effort I've put into my YouTube journey. Not only does it have my sig fig on it, but it also shows the previous generations of Tommy C to really show off where I came from. If you guys want to rock this is only going to be available for 3 weeks. If you want to show that you are part of the 20,000 subscriber gang and rock some awesome Tommy C merch, you have to head to TommyCBricks.com and you have to buy it soon. Whether you're just after a t-shirt or you're after a more snuggly option, we have t-shirts and hoodies available over there in all range of sizes. And for those of you ordering hoodies, one of you will receive this custom printed Tommy C sig fig. There's only been 25 of these made. This is a spare one from the video that I've made. It's number 21 out of 25. Like I say, one of you guys who order a hoodie will receive this as well. Not only will you get to rock the awesome merch, you may get a figure as well. You guys have made this channel possible and have brought it to this milestone. And all of the money gained from the 20k merch is going right back into the channel to make sure that we can keep producing awesome content for you guys from 20k into hopefully 30 and beyond. People say that my YouTube channel blew up really quickly, and although yes, in the LEGO space the TommyCBricks channel has blown up relatively quickly, I've also been trying to do YouTube and make it my full-time job for the last 8 years. And hopefully this tells you as a content creator maybe thinking about starting YouTube that even if you don't get anywhere, it's okay to start again and try and reinvent yourself and try and do something else with your time and motivate you into knowing that it doesn't always happen the first time round. Use me as an example. I've had 4 previous channels that all didn't really get anywhere. A lot of people are set on trying to make their one channel work, and sometimes that doesn't happen. But don't see it as a defeat if you have to start again. Sometimes taking your experiences from your last channel and starting from scratch can really help out your channel and make it go somewhere. Look at this channel as an example. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I thank everybody again for 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Remember the merch options in the description below, and I will speak to you guys in the next video. Goodbye.